Welcome to Q's Court, powered by Ole Miss 365.com.
Welcome to Q's Court. I'm your host, Marcus. Then I have the world famous Coach Q. Coach Q, it's been a while, man.
Man.
Everybody knows that Oxford has been hit hard, man, with the storm and everything. So our prayers go out to the families and everybody who's out there who's still struggling from that right now. And so it's a lot going on. Definitely a lot going on.
Yeah, man. It's been one of them couple weeks, right? You go into these situations and you hope for the best, and sometimes when you hit with the worst, all you gotta do is pray, stay positive, and move forward. So that's what we've done.
Absolutely. Or just, on top of that, man, you guys had a couple games that had to be moved to Birmingham. Sure. So, man, the dynamics of that had to be difficult. You actually lost a game that you had at home that you got to make up in a dangerous stretch you guys got coming up. So just talk to me about the changes and the adversity that the team had to, try to get over being away from home, being away from the pavilion.
Well, I can tell you this. Our team displayed an immense amount of toughness during this time. Because the first thing is just they were displaced and put into a hotel because we just never knew when we had to pick up a whole travel party and move somewhere else. So for the first couple of days of the power outage, our players were in hotels and we were kind of in limbo, trying to see what we were going to do. Yeah, sure. So we had a practice, and then right after that practice, they said, by the way, tomorrow we're gonna be gone for a while, and we packed up and went to Birmingham, and it was refreshing for our team, refreshing for our staff to kind of get away and to be able to be together and to
some bonding.
Some bonding going on. Cross some T's, dot some I's, a lot of different situations outside of basketball as well.
Correct.
But we got there and got going and got practicing, and things were good for us and things worked out well.
Because y'all got a couple of good wins on the road while y'all were there.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about those.
Absolutely. Well, when you go out of town and you're playing on the road, you're playing a neutral site, so you're playing away, you try to realistically say, hey, let's come in here with a split.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get a split. So we had Vandy first, and that was a big
game, man. That was a big game.
And number 5 in the country, our players came out and really responded and played well. We were clicking on all cylinders in that game. Obviously, we got a big lead, lost it, but never felt that we wasn't going to win the game because we had so much momentum going. And then to come back and play Auburn, a very scrappy team. LV's doing a good job with what he has.
For what he has,
they compete at a high level,
yes,
man.
Yes, they do, man.
And even though the games turned out to be a little bit more lopsided than it actually looked, but I can tell you we were in full control of that game. Our players played well. Coach Joe had an amazing game plan for that game, but then executed. Then we had to pick up and go down to Tuscaloosa and play at Alabama, a ranked team, and got clipped up in the last couple of possessions and didn't make a couple plays and lost that game. But to come out of stretch 2-1, it was great for us. Obviously, you want to be 3-0, you want to win all your games,
definitely.
But if you got to drop one, you drop one to a ranked team. You got to take that on the chin on the road.
And then you're talking about the adversity. When you're away from home, you're away from the pavilion that's supposed to be a home game. You got things that are here that you're used to having that you don't have on the road. From maybe even a sauna or just different things that these girls are used to getting ready for a home game. You don't have those things.
Right.
How did that, affect? Did it affect at all?
Well, I can tell you, when you the hardest part about this season is staying healthy and the recovery.
Yes.
So we were displaced from our recovery.
Correct.
And that could have really been a big deal for us. Mm-hmm. But our trainer Keaton did an amazing job of keeping them healthy, keeping them recovered. Tim, our strength coach, did a really good job. So our players really didn't feel it much. We used other facilities in the lift and the rehab. And we came out of that thing healthy. We came out of it, still having all of our players intact. I thought that was a big thing because when you're trying to recover and you're trying to recover in hotels or at a
you're not at home,
venues,
you don't have your facilities.
You never know what you're going to get. But I can tell you,
man,
Keaton and Tim did a great job on the road with our
man. That was a lot of fans were like, hey, look, you lose that, you don't. Well, you do lose the home field advantage because you're not in your space.
Absolutely.
Although that team was traveling to you, you still weren't in your space. Right. And those are the things, to come out of there with a split, go to Alabama, tough team.
Yeah.
Carey's going to have them ready to play.
Absolutely.
Play tough, just like you see what Coach Yo puts out. That's what you saw on the basketball
Sure.
court. You know, we missed a few free throws down the stretch
Yeah.
that could have helped us out.
Absolutely.
But all in all, those are things that are good coaching points that you can build on from what you got coming. Now we know what's coming down the road.
Yeah, it's gonna get
We
crazy
got the
for us.
gauntlet coming down
Yeah,
the
it's
road,
gonna
like
get
a
crazy.
real SEC gauntlet coming down the road. Let's start, man. You got Arkansas on the 12th.
Yeah.
That's just a couple of days from now. But let's say this: you did get a little bit of break.
Yeah, we did.
So let me ask you this. Let me go back. How are you guys using this little bit of time from your last game up to now to recuperate, kind of get yourself mentally back? How are you guys using that right now?
Well, I think our first 3 days back is just trying to unthaw and
Right.
trying to take care of some personal business
Yeah,
with your
okay.
families and your residents, and we've gotten through that at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So now we can kind of get the basketball, getting our athletes back home, getting them settled back in there.
Right, with that family.
Right,
and different
yeah,
things,
sure. That's important. And now we're in full game prep mode, getting ready for Arkansas coming here on Thursday, and we're excited about the game. We get to play back at home. We haven't been home in a while, man. It's been a minute, so we're happy to get back home and have a home game.
And Arkansas is a team, they don't have the best record in the SEC, but anytime you play in the SEC, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who. There's no off days in the SEC, buddy. No, I mean, there's none. Just looking, and I don't know what the rankings are today, but I know just last week you had 10 teams,
Yeah.
10, 11 teams that were ranked in the top 25 in one conference. Who does that?
It's still the same. We still got 10. And the thing about Arkansas, talking about them, is they're a dribble drive motion team. They shoot volume threes. And any team that's shooting volume threes, they get hot.
dangerous.
Yeah, they get hot on you
They're
and
dangerous.
cause you a problem.
They're dangerous.
So that's the thing we got to do. We got to guard that 3-point line and try to make them uncomfortable on the perimeter, make them put the ball on the floor, and do some things going to the basket. But they're a very good transition team, and they shoot the three very well coached, and we can't take them lightly.
Can't take them lightly, right? Let's move on to the next team, a team that I think in a couple of years, you coached against him.
Absolutely.
So we know what he brings to the table with that team. This is a different Kentucky team
Sure.
that you've seen in the last couple of years,
Yeah.
So they're already going to be tough, and you got to go to Kentucky. So that's something that need to get that Arkansas win. That win on the road against Kentucky will be huge.
Absolutely, and Kenny does a good job with them. They have a lot of balance. They got inside, outside threats. They can score on all three levels. His defense is much improved,
he's much
and
improved.
they were really good last year, and I think they're as good or better this year. So we got to find a way to contain them offensively, but also to find a way to get quality shots and score the basketball.
Correct, and that's something that we know we're gonna get the hustle
Sure,
out
absolutely.
of Lady Rebs. That's gonna happen. A few things, that like you said, we talked about that. You guys are gonna try to clean up the mental stuff, and then you got a game that should have been played during the ice storm. You got Tennessee. So Tennessee is a streaky team. They live and die by the three.
Yeah.
And I think just seeing from what I've seen lately, I think if the Lady Rebs go up there headstrong and get the lead, I think they can have control of that ball game early.
Sure. Well, the thing that sorry to cut you off, but the thing that Tennessee does well is they scramble you.
Oh yeah.
Their constant pressure on unsettled and settled situations can put you in disarray a little bit. So we got to cross half court, be relaxed, find a way to score at the rim. We can't let them off the hook when we beat this pressure. We got to go ahead and punish them and score at the rim, or if not, pull it out and call a really good set and get downhill on those guys. And we have them coming back here home, which is great.
Great,
we need to be home and looking forward. We got 5 games in 10 days in that stretch.
That's crucial.
That's going to be a gauntlet of a stretch. I mean, you talk about what Kentucky, Tennessee, LSU, South Carolina, right in a row.
And like I say, Tennessee, from what I saw, they sub a lot. Like
Sure.
they try to keep fresh people on the
Absolutely.
court. So those are things that and we know the Lady Rebs have great depth, so that shouldn't be a problem, won't be a problem. But let's get to that next one.
Yeah.
That LSU.
Yeah.
At home.
Need it.
That's
Need it, man.
I know,
It's
Coach.
need it. Gotta have it. You want to bump? The bump's here, right?
Yeah,
You can't
bro.
duck no wreck, man. This
Yeah,
conference don't
man.
let you duck
I
nothing.
mean,
You gotta come get it.
If you talking about an SEC gauntlet, bro, Tennessee, LSU, and then you go on the road. You talking about 2 days.
Yeah.
You talking about the 17th, the 19th, and the 21st, man?
The ice storm that keeps on giving, right?
What?
we
Man,
got
that's a gauntlet, bro.
we got our power and our water back, and they're bringing the heat, right? So it is what it is. You know, we know what we signed up for when we all got into this conference. But my goodness, I mean, when they threw that Tennessee game in there, it kind of made it a little bit more difficult than we needed to be. But at the end of the day, you know, LSU's LSU. I think they lost 2 games all year, and they back in probably in the top 5 by now. And they're gonna come in here ready to play. Because we beat them at their place last year, so they're gonna come in here ready to get down, man. We're ready to roll.
But you got players that are playing well right now.
Absolutely.
To me, Cody's one of the best in the country.
Yeah, she's
I mean, you just when she get the ball in her hand, she's going to the rack, bro.
Yeah.
And she's trying to put it in there. She's not taking no for an answer.
Yeah.
You know, so and then like I said, you got perimeter shooters. I mean, the talent is definitely superb that you guys have. So LSU's gonna have to bring the A game when it comes to the pavilion. There's no doubt about that, man. So you know, and that just you leave there, and man, you got to go to South Carolina. But guess what? They just like anybody else.
Yeah, no question.
They got some weaknesses.
Yeah.
You know, those are things that you game plan, Coach Yo, and yourself. You game plan for. This is what you signed up for. Now you go through this. How many games is this?
5 and 10.
5 game in 10 days.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's brutal.
You know,
That's brutal, man.
the thing
It's
about,
what you signed up for.
ain't
But
no
it's brutal,
question.
though, bro.
The thing about this schedule is this, right? By the time we get to the end of the month, we're gonna know exactly where we are going into postseason play. We ain't gonna have to be guessing because that stretch is like an NCAA tournament type stretch.
It makes you strong.
If you want to make it to the Final Four, you know, I've been there. I know how it is. You get in those stretches,
Definitely.
you have to come out those stretches and playing well. Yeah, it's about winning and losing, but it's more about playing well. Can you be playing well during this time
Definitely.
and play well playing against ranked competition?
Yeah.
Going into your ACC, going to your SEC play, going into the NCAA tournament, and can you be playing well at that part of the year? And we are.
Yeah, and just like my granddad used to tell me all the time, son, you got to be battle tested,
no
and that will make you battle tested.
There's no question.
So you know, that's one thing that we want to make sure that we bring to the fans. You know, I've had people actually DM me and asked us about the show when the show was coming back on. Like I said, the ice storm had us for a couple of days.
Yeah.
We talked about doing some things remote, but man, I knew you guys were away from home, and I know how that can be.
Yeah,
That
everything
was
remote with that.
Everything was remote, man. So, but we appreciate you coming in today, man. I know you still got some things to do at the house because some people just don't have power.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
So, man, we appreciate you coming in today and talking with us, man. Every time I get a chance to talk to Coach Q here, man, it's like see that glow, see that smile. You see what I'm saying? So, man, we appreciate you guys coming in. And look, hit that like button, subscribe, drop down in the comments, and let us know, some things that you guys want to hear, you want to see from Coach Q, and we'll appreciate you. But like I say, I'm Marcus Dent. This is Coach Q from the Q's Court. See you next time.